Alright, here we are back in my Twitch world. It is legitimately called Twitch. That was the seed I used because this is the world I'm going to be streaming on Twitch, because why the hell not? If you're watching this on YouTube, it'll be a completely uncut video because, well, what is the point in cutting any of it out when it's a full-on live stream? But that's just me. Alright, did I take that perk to get more crap? No, I did not. I need to level up. Oh, let's get to some looting. Already did the Butcher Pete's. I am in dire need of making repair kits. And if you are new to YouTube or coming to follow me on, wanting to follow me on Twitch, my Twitch handle is PhoenixShade35 because it wouldn't allow me to actually use Phoenix Shade Gaming. And I suck at intros, can you tell? I don't know, I just like to get into the nitty-gritty and not worry about intros. It's a me thing. I haven't been able to do a good intro for a long time. Like, ever since I started. I think I had something, but didn't really hear much on it if it was good, bad, medium. I actually wasn't paying attention. I did not know I was that close to a level up. Haha. Thanks, knuckleheads. Alright, so I'm definitely going to want to living off the land. That way I can gather a shitload of yucca and a shitload of aloe vera. Wakey, wakey, hands and bakey. Oh, okay. Sweet. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, because I am actually recording this as well, so I can upload it to YouTube after the stream is all said and done. If there are any interruptions in the stream itself that I am unaware of, please let me know. That way I'll know to record the episodes I should be recording, as well as, lost my train of thought. I can record the episodes that are for funsies, and when I'm having to grind, I can easily just stream them. Because playing and grinding can be fun. Yeah, unless, of course, you're crazy like me. This is a great POI. It's short, it's decent, it's small, has plenty of goodies. Like, I mean, we got a working stips box and a gun bag. Who doesn't like free guns? Alright. Boop, 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 boop. Much better. I'm not going to be using knuckles. I already got a good shotgun, so goodbye. Not needing hay. Wahoo! I am surprised those didn't fall. Alright. I realize I'm hungry. And I am in need of some freaking clothing. Okay, I don't know where the zombies are coming from, but let's loot what I can. Oh, hi. I love the stun baton. I gotta go drop some crap off. Well, also looting some crap. Oh, yes. Who doesn't love doing that? Nice. Not useful except in PvP. Hey, ugly. All right. And yeah, for where the trader is, that's going to be a bit of a trek. I'm gonna need a vehicle. Oh yeah. Stun baton is by far one of my favorite weapons. And I love that if you can get the power attack just right, you can actually double hit. Which is perfect, because then you're giving them a little bit of damage, while also recharging your stick at the same time. And who doesn't like a nice electro stick? That sounded way dirtier than I intended. I am not sorry. Drop some more crap off. Not that I don't already have a lot of crap. Holy shimoly. Wait, I need the stones. Okay. Not the gun box. There we go, that should go. Alright. Yeah, for as far as the melee weapon goes, I don't know. I seem to be able to land more hits with the stun baton than I can any other weapon. It also feels weird to aim for the chin. Yes, please. Gotta love them potatoes. Especially when I can have my steak and potato meal. Fire, yes. Spike, no. The reason I say that is because I have found, and I'm hoping they'll fix it, that if a zombie dies from bleeding damage, you get 0 experience. But if they die from burning damage, you get full experience. So as much as the mods are badass, I avoid the ones that make the zombies bleed simply because I know you can get a shitload of experience all around, but I've had it to where I was hitting 2 zombies in front of me, just waiting for my turn to beat the shit out of them. One of them died. I killed the other one, and I only got 1's worth of experience, so the bleeding, it's probably only useful really against the players. Do I have left glasses on? I do. Hi, big boy. Double hit. I'm going after a crate, lady. Could you please bugger off? Can't wait to give the fire mod to this thing. Fire and electricity. Now that's what you call a double whammy. Badoom. Ah, nice. Okay. Save the good water. Ooh, I'll have to come back to that later. Yeah, if you're out and about and you see the vending machines that are broken so you can't buy anything out of them, wrench them up. You can actually get some free forged steel that way. Yes, a beaker. Can I make a chem station? Still haven't found the schematic yet. Oh, no head. He dead. Love it. Okay. Badoop. I know there's something back there. Yeah, I keep forgetting to write the fun things about the whole bleeding not giving experience upon the death. It is an amazing thing to see. I can't remember what other game it was, but there was another game where I could electrocute, actually I think it was Borderlands now that I'm really trying to think on it. But whenever you electrocuted someone, they just looked absolutely hilarious. Come on. Good picking, good picking, good picking. Dying Light was amazing, and I cannot wait for Dying Light 2. Then again, I'm also still waiting on Dead Island 2. Oh. Stupid safe. Okay. Wakey, wakey. Ah, that's where you... Actually, I wasn't sure where he hid. I think my favorite aspect of Dying Light would have probably been the whole parkour bit. That was just fun to do, running around the city day or night, leaping up buildings, using zombies to actually do the bulk of the leaping. Oh yeah, okay. Now, is this one only better because of the mod? Nope, it is definitely 1 point higher, so I keeps. How did you guys not wake up from Shotgun Blast? Yeah, I know this damn virus has delayed a lot of good video games coming out. Though, at the very least, if it's being pushed back, we know it's going to be getting worked on this entire time, and it's just not going to die out. That's a bonus. Get more good stuff added into it. Get their shit right. Usually you're a military zombie, not a hazmat. Yeah, well, those developers, the way they take care of their game, keep pushing it back as much as you need to. Nobody will be disappointed, guys. Ooh. Gyrocopter accessory schematic. Compound bow. I can make triple storage. No, thank you. That was a very good haul. Yeah, the way they took care of that game, and the fact that because the fan base loved it so much, they gave it free content. The only paid content was, the one that gave you the Doom Buggy. I'm blanking on the name right now. But that was the only content you actually had to pay for. Oh, good, no problem. All the other content they gave was 100% free, and it was badass. The extra weapons, the extra bits of clothing. It was nice to see that they gave back to the community for loving their game instead of, you love the game, so pay us more money. Yeah, that's not how a company should look at things. Not ever. Yeah, if I can level up one more time. Did I take it where I can make it? Okay, yeah, I just need to take this so I can make a bicycle. But then I need Tinkerer to make... I can't even craft a workbench, can I? Nope, I haven't found a schematic for a workbench yet, damn. Yeah, with some of those big games that are coming out, some of their pushbacks seem a little odd. Like, it almost struck me a couple of times like they were purposely waiting for an excuse to have it pushed back. Like they wouldn't have had a finished product in time and didn't know a proper excuse they could give to the community. COVID comes around. This is our time. We can get it ready. Because we're idiots and we wanted to rush it. Well, at least that's how I feel on that one. Boink. Okay, I definitely gotta heal up. I've lost too much health. I'm looking at gyrocopter accessories. Now all I've gotta do is loot a friggin' crucible. Yeah, and that Walking Dead game looked really good. I wanted to play that. I haven't played a lot of the Walking Dead games just because they seemed a little bit too pushy on one type of playstyle. At least that's what it seemed to me. Now, Walking Dead VR. That's gonna be fun. Ah, they probably didn't have rights to someone's likeness, so they had to push it back for that. That happens so much, and it just makes me wonder. Like, the star played in the show, but then doesn't want their likeness in the game? Wait, did I already loot the shit out of this place? I already looted it. Or they accidentally made a character look too much like somebody, so then they go to get sued for it? Like, come on. If I saw my likeness put into a game... Actually, I plan on having a webcam here soon. So that'll be nice. That'll be good idea to make this place. Like, if I had my likeness tossed into a game, I would be flattered. I don't get why some people are like, oh no, my face is in a game, get rid of it now, you're in big trouble. I just don't understand it. Okay, what am I wearing right now? I'm really not wearing much. I have got to loot a apartment building with some shit. Oh, there you are. Oh, good God. That was the reason? Wow. Almost makes me think, what, is he full of himself? Like, I get it, but at the same time, like, really? That's a reason to get pissy? Okay. God, I am boiling to death. Okay, bandana. What do I need? 4 cloth fragments. Okay, what's over this way? It's too bad the town I found really doesn't have a whole hell of a lot of apartment buildings. I could use a good apartment building right now. Oh, this place will be decent to loot. Really? He's one of those guys that you think's cool shit, but then turns out to be a total dink? That sucks. Do you think Lieutenant's a classic case of, I'm a star, worship me? Pick up the wooden chairs, that's already good. Okay, if you get kicked out of a hotel because you're too difficult, that's just awesome. Like, obviously not good for your image, but still awesome. But I'm gonna imagine that after his initial piss-poor reaction to his character design, I'm gonna guess after they changed the character, it ended up either creating or they ended up finding bugs they didn't realize were there. Okay. Aha. Got snuck up on by you before. Well, not necessarily you, but still. One cloth away. Whoa. No, not what I wanted to do. Sweet. Bandana. That'll help a little bit with the heat, not much, but it'll still help. big hotel-like structure close to where I live. I'll probably hit that next. Ooh. This wasn't bad. Oh yeah, when it comes to my Horde night, it's going to be absolutely hilarious. Because I always kind of do things, in a sense, the lazy way. As in, I like to find the cheapest and laziest ways to get through Horde Day. No word of a lie, it's how I do it all the time. So I'm glad I have this now for my mining. And now I is concerned about the sweltering heat in the desert. Good lord. Yeah, pretty soon I'll get to see what this whole Twitch streaming with a webcam will be like. Since my work has a really hard time getting webcams in, I just ordered it off the website. I figured, screw it, why not? Mount it to my monitor. See what I think. So how have you come along in your game on 7 Days to Die? Do anything fun? Do anything crazy? Or did you end up getting murderlated by something you weren't expecting? Definitely eating that shit. Ooh, like the Horde just basically came in and made you its bitch? Did your base die out? Like, how'd they spank you? Put the shotgun away for now. What part of the Horde ended up being the part that spanked you? Like, you fell off your base, lucky shots from the police zombies, vultures that you didn't realize were circling you, and then they just came down and went, bleh. Yeah, I hate it when that happens. No word of a lie there. As far as my hordes go, it's been a long time since, before I even say this, which horde night? Like 7, 14, do you have it set to random? Thanks, game. I know I'm sweltering. Fuck off. Ah, the day 35. It has been a long time since I've been able to actually make it back to a day 35 horde. And not even by my own stupidity. Like, the only reason why I'm starting over right now is when I upgraded my computer, it decided to erase my entire hard drive, so I lost my old world. So that's the only reason I'm starting over. And as far as, hang on. And as far as long hordes go in my other worlds, I actually had them set so random that it pretty much would take about 30 days for me to even get my first horde. But I still set my bases up to be absolutely simplistic. Like, I'll just build a little 10 by 10 area, put a couple of wood bars across the top of it, stand on the wood bars, shoot down through them, 2 to 3 layers of barbed wire, because when they're running into it, they're not trying to attack it, and the barbed wire barely actually takes any damage in and out of itself, which is very handy. Does a little bit of damage to them, slows them down, so it lasts for quite a while. And then I'm just shooting down, taking pot shots with, well, whatever gun I happen to be using at the time. Usually it's my good old trusty pistol, because I love me the pistol. But then I always have something fully automatic just to be on the safe side. Shotgun, not the greatest given its penetration, and I don't want to face up too badly. Give me There we go. Yeah, as far as setting up turrets, blade traps, and stuff like that, I admit I suck at setting that shit up. I am absolutely horrible with the Horde Knights as far as advancedness. I'm more of the throw pipe bombs, contact grenades, and if the holy shit. Huh. Well. I'm happy. I've never had a base where it's actually for falling purposes for the zombies. I'm usually standing above them, just trying to blow them away with what I have. I have a world that I'm setting up to bring in other people with for once and actually play with others. Given I'm the scavenger type, I'll probably be the person who's always out mining. But that's just me. I like mining. It's relaxing. As long as I got the tools and everything else, I'm good. Alright. Well, I'm going to definitely need to get this up there, but I need intelligence 4 to get a workbench. Damn it. So far, I think the only real annoying thing for me was, vultures on Horde Night. Swooping down, stepping on them. Grr. Yeah, it's the whole heat map thing. It can totally work to your advantage. I always scrap my paint. So useful to do so. Well, scrap my dye because it gives me free paint. That's what I'm getting at. Yeah, when it gets to Horde Day, you're gonna probably laugh at how simple mine ends up being. Night, honey. Ooh, garment bag. I need it. Ooh, good shorts. Wait. Really bad habit of that. Thankfully, the snakes don't deal a lot of damage. Although I hate it when they just sneak up on you, the slithering little pricks. Okay. Am I missing something? Ah, yes. They're annoying, but at the very least, even at level 1, they just take one smack to kill, and then got yourself a little bit of leather, a little bit of meat. Oh no, not too bad. can't wait for the pimps to add in more animals, to be honest. Like, we do have the mountain lions in the winter area. They're pricks. The coyotes in the desert, they're just annoying because they run away. And then they come back when you turn your back. Ooh, books, books, books. What we got? Ooh, automatic weapons do 10% more damage. Bunker buster mod. Dart traps. Never used a dart trap yet. Yeah, I know they definitely got a bunch of stuff on the books. Right now, it looks like for A19, they're working on a bit of a zombie workaround. Like, just updating the zombies. Oh my god, I can make a fucking gyrocopter. Both schematics. I can make everything for the gyrocopter. I just need a crucible and I'm set. And then a lot of iron. Ooh, a lot of iron. And I can make beer. Hold on, that's way too easy. Right there. That's the money shot that's gonna kill me. Oh, I can't wait for the new guns. They got my Desert Eagle. And despite people getting critical with them on how it looks, I don't care. We have a Desert Eagle now. That should have been in the game from the get-go. Oh, beautiful. Nice. Ceiling lights and relays. Hey, look at that. Yes! I am just having the absolute luck with these bookshelves. Like, damn. I'm trying to read, zombies. Shut up. Yeah, the new handgun, if I'm not mistaken, is the Desert Eagle. It made me so happy that they were doing that. They also got a new sniper rifle coming. And they have, basically, if you ever played Modern Warfare 2, they have the AA-12 fully automatic shotgun coming as well. I can't wait. I'm like fully psyched. Okay, seriously, did my game just randomly shoot up in volume? Bada boom, bada boom. Oh, I can't wait to be going into building. Make sure I've got my shadows turned on and everything so that the darkness is what's intended. And then I turn a corner and just see a mannequin shooting it because it scares the shit out of me. And waking up every zombie in the house. Not like I pretty much don't already wake them up anyway. Does that actually sell for... they sold for a hell of a lot more back in the last alpha. Now, black dye, I'm gonna... Why do I have leather down there? Scrap those. Another black pistol. I know, when I saw it maxed out with mods, I couldn't help but bust a gut. It looks great. And now I got my Black Betty pistol. That'll keep me alive a little bit. I think as far as the Desert Eagle goes, when I go to mod it, I'm probably just going to give it the extended mag and potentially the laser sight. I don't think I want to add a scope to it or nothing. And if it's allowed a silencer, I'll probably silence the thing. Simply because. Hello, hello. I can make the compound bow as soon as I get a workbench. Scrap, move that down there, just so it's not getting confused with everything else. Scrap that for the metal. Like, don't get me wrong, attaching a scope to a Desert Eagle is badass. But at the same time, just personally for me, it loses its flair. I mean, who all is going to be afraid of a big-ass, powerful handgun if you have to hold it so close to your face to shoot it? You're going to pop out your own eye. For me, just no. Yeah, the way they're doing the paint now is, as you saw when I turned my pistol here into Black Betty, it's just a black paint tossed on it. Now, if they got a more in-depth painting system, I'd be very happy in the pants. Oh, that's nice. Ooh, a wheel. That's one wheel I don't have to craft. Okay, point. Eat these to free up a couple of spades. Take those, make those. Nice. Share life. Honestly, when it comes to paint in general, I really hope that they add a lot more paint to the game. Like, I haven't done too much with the painting, but for the areas that I have painted, just to make look neat, I enjoyed it. It made the areas, how did I miss that? Made the areas feel more at home. And I think that's what I liked the most, is that they felt homey. And I'm not one for decorating either. It's getting late. I still have 2 more levels before I can get a workbench. Grr. Well, at least if I have another bow, I have something to look forward to. Like the compound bow. Yeah, in this game, I don't know why. As far as my personal loadout, I love having a bow and arrow, or the compound crossbow when I get it, and the pistol. At least I'm easy to please. Yeah, but the advanced options at the very least doesn't open up, and it opens up an entire other window for when you're wanting to get really complicated with it. I think the only way you could really narrow it down is to take a paintbrush, go to the advanced options, and literally select every single paint for each brush, and then store them as such. I'm not sure how they could narrow it down aside from subcategories, which, depending on how they're done, may or may not turn out okay. I don't have any other bow parts, do I? Oh, I do got an iron crossbow. So you know what? Scrap those. That gives me 5 bow parts, 6 in total. Pa-ting! I never played Rust, so I've never had that issue. But admittedly, at first, it did take a while to get used to, because the bow and arrow was one way, and then you end up finding out, oh, it goes this way instead. Okay. But that was just going from alpha to alpha. gas? Not really. This could be fun for a couple minutes at least. Sweet, there was iron right beside me. I hear you on that one. My last video that I uploaded to my YouTube channel was playing some more Resident Evil 3. Yeah, shaking things up ain't that bad. But yeah, my latest game was Resident Evil 3, but that's always a pleasure to play. I re-downloaded Subnautica just for my relaxing purposes. For when my children are irritating me to play a game, I have the Five Nights at Freddy's games. And I never did take Motherload. I'm not gonna lie, they missed out on a great opportunity to actually put that as a Mother Node. I should actually bring that up in the forum. Yeah, survival games are pretty much calling to me as of late. Although, I've been a long-running fan of the Resident Evil series, so that's probably why that game still gets me in the feels. Oh. Ooh. Did not mean to shoot. I got me a town over there. That's nice, although, admittedly, I wouldn't mind seeing some greenery. This town is all well and good, but it's starting to bleed it dry. And out of all that, I still somehow did not come across a metal shovel. That's not working. Raft is fun, and I do like how they kind of amped it up a little bit with now, oh yeah, I have a headlight mod. I do like how they made it to where now you can actually get attacked by a couple sharks at the same time. That is wicked. Because before it was just too easy to fend off the shark. Yeah, Stranded Deep I gotta get back into again and see if my save file is even there from the computer rewrite. One thing I did enjoy about it, oddly, is how hard it is to start a fire. I also have missed survival. I have to jump back into it because they've updated it a lot, and I never really could give it a fair due. Although, if you ever go to play Mist Survival, never have a controller plugged into your computer. It actually screws with the game and makes it almost unplayable, and it never tells you why. I had to Google for like 3 hours scrolling through shit just to find the answer. Yeah, like I said, I have to give it its due again. I had a controller plugged in and it made it so that I couldn't even control my guy. It actually really, really sucked. But I'm sure I'll enjoy it. And one of the challenges I have not done in this game yet, because I don't know exactly how well it would go for me, is Horde Night every night. That's a challenge that's going to be a pain in my ass. Oh, Myst doesn't have multiplayer? I thought it did. Another one I'm hoping they really keep amping up a little bit and keep working on. It's called Creatures Inc. I did a couple of episodes on it. It's, yeah, if you get a chance, look up Creatures Inc. I did a couple episodes on it. It's got a long way to go, but it's got severe potential if they can keep it moving. So yeah, multiplayer and Myst would be fun. They better hurry up on that shit. What other survival games do I have? Well, aside from Ark, just because dinosaurs have been a thing with me since I was a kid. Think of any other survival games off the top of my head. I'd have to go through my library. Although one game I would love to see them take from the architecture. My gaming library is over like 250 games right now and still growing because I get bored way too easily. But yeah, one thing I'd love to see is take the survival aspects and elements that you see in 7 Days to Die, Ark, Stranded Deep, all those ones, but do it in the world of Terminator. Like, have you seen the game Terminator Resistance or tried it? I played through the whole thing, and I'm doing another playthrough on the hardest difficulty just because I love the Terminator universe. And the way they built that game, if they actually had it to where you could construct settlements throughout the states and have to ward off Skynet, I think it would be pretty damn wicked. Just going out and scavenging different areas like you do in the game, except this time you're actually scavenging for, like, food, actual materials in order to help the colony where you are living. I think would really be a wicked game. Because zombies are all well and cool, but they've almost been played to death. I'll always love zombies, but they really have almost been played to death. Robots, on the other hand, have not. Oh, that's another up-and-coming one. I totally forgot. Agreed, there are a lot of games, but not enough time to play them all. One that's coming out soon, and it's got me almost as giddy as a schoolboy that just got his first kiss and butt grab, is, I think it's called Mech Hunter. You get to build bases, scavenge materials and stuff, but you hunt robots. Like mech-type robots. And to me, that is going to be pretty fun. It's got a to-be-announced release date. I don't blame them. Honestly, right now is the perfect time to hold off on anything, but if it comes out, oh, am I gonna have so much fun! But that's just because I love killing robots. If you couldn't tell already. But yeah, definitely look up Mech Hunter. For my next stream, I'll go through the games that I've been weeding out of survival games, just to see what's, you know, kind of tickling my fancy, and I'll list them off the next time. My next stream will probably be in a couple of days, because I think I'm going to do a stream like I'm doing tonight. Yeah, they took the whole concept of Evolve and did Predator that way. I was hoping for a single-player Predator game all over again. Although, it's so far getting pretty good reviews as long as you actually have people to play with. I'd have to give it a boo, but it's another one of those games that sadly I'm going to have to wait until it drops in price. Just like Evolve had so much potential, but they pretty much let it die. It was so sad. But yeah, tomorrow I'm just gonna record a simple game to upload, and then the day after I'll be doing another stream of This World in 7 Days to Die. Because as long as I'm doing something, I don't mind streaming. That's awesome that you got a sponsor. I'm hoping I can get there one day. I'm trying. It's slow going, and of course I'm not known, so it's gonna take a while. And honestly, it's hard for me to really do a lot of recording when I don't know what people want. I think that's my biggest problem right now, is I do not know what people want. So I don't know what to record, I don't know what to talk about, I don't know if there's anything fun I should be doing. It's really hard. Yeah, currently I'm only at 62 subscribers, and I'm not really able to grow. I'll have to remember them. Hey. I think I'm working on this side. Yeah, some of my videos had rough starts, like my Fallout New Vegas, great example. For how I was recording it, for some reason, it would be, my video would be a square in the top left-hand corner, and black all around it for absolutely no reason. So of course it looked horrible. Now I'm able to pick it up. Okay, that is pretty lucky and awesome. Not gonna deny that there. Honestly, wouldn't have even known they were a thing. Oh. I really gotta get sexual Tyrannosaurus. That makes sense. I mean, if you're pulling in a lot of money, there's no point in dropping it. And ads these days do make a lot of money. The only thing that irritates me about ads is when they're forced on you. Like, greatest example. On my cell phone, I play, you know, just idle games to mess around with while I'm not doing much. Or like while I'm waiting for a video to finish, I guess, editing, and so I can upload it. And some of the games I really enjoy, even though they're basic, simple, and there's nothing to it. But what ruins them is the ads themselves being forced upon you. Like, the one in question I'm talking about, it's just where... It's one of the idle ones where you sit there, you earn money, and then you upgrade the being in front of you to actually show up. So you basically grow a human in one of them, and another one I'm building Gundams. But you just sit there and you keep clicking it until that part of the Gundam is finished. What irritates me about that is when I load the game gets loaded, I claim my daily reward, and then boom, unskippable ad. It's about the only thing that irritates me about ads, really. I get why they're there, but it is about the only thing that bugs me. Is that some of them get forced upon you. I remember I was watching... I actually think it was Markiplier's entire thing of Five Nights at Freddy's with the kids and whatnot. We went into the kitchen to go and eat supper, and while I was listening to it, an ad came up because his video had ended, so, you know, whatever, I'll let it play, because it's nice to let the ads play. That's how some of these guys make their money. And while we're eating, I realized that I have not heard Markiplier in a while. So I'm like, okay, what the hell is going on here? I'm supposed to be watching him. It turns out the ad that was playing was, a friggin' 45-minute long ad. 4 ad breaks per 40 minutes of video for Disney. There's a couple of forced YouTube ads. As long as the forced ads are not long, like 15 to 30 seconds to get the point across, those kind of ads are fine and dandy. I mean, no one should really be complaining about them. It's the ones, like I said, I was listening to an ad for up to a half an hour, not even realizing it was an ad, and I had to go and actually skip it myself. That got annoying. But of course, that's an understandable annoyance. But yeah, I'm hoping maybe this year while quarantine is going, even though it hasn't affected me any, like I said before, I'll be able to maybe actually get more subscribers flowing in. It'd be nice, especially those that I would actually leave comments and stuff. Yeah, but an ad for E3, especially if you're a gaming channel, that one I think earns a free pass all on its own to be long. That darkened my hallway. I wonder if I can get that light going if I get a generator up and running soon. Yeah, I have noticed that in some of the videos I make, that I don't really talk that much in them because I get concentrating, because some games require that kind of focus. That might be killing me. Either that or it's because I play games that I'm in the mood to play, and it's not something that's widely sought after, so of course I'm not actually watched. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It could also be that I don't have an intro? Like, I don't know, anytime I start a video, I don't have a way to really do an intro. How you doing there, bubs? More leather than that, I swear. I really don't have 10 leather? Wow. Certain games, I think some of the ones I play, if I were to speed it up, it wouldn't feel right. Like, I did one full playthrough of, I don't know if you've heard of it or seen it, Apsilov End of Gods. With that one, basically, I don't think there was a way I could speed it up without potentially missing something good, or at least that's how I felt. Because it was one of those games where I wouldn't know where to do the cuts. I would feel like I'm cutting out too much. I did not even know that was here. But that's just me. I'm not used to editing or anything like that. There might be the odd video I make purposely sped up, adding the YouTube royalty-free music and such. But I haven't been able to really do many of those because, again, I don't know what to do half the time for those to keep people interested. God, I don't have enough leather to make another forge. Guess I'm gonna have to do that. Graggedy. Nice. I do remember there was one video I did. I looked up some of my favorite bands in the YouTube stuff just to see who doesn't mind their music being used in videos and such. And it was back in Alpha 16. I was wrenching a communications tower just to show how much electrical parts, mechanical parts, and metal you could get from harvesting it, and I harvested 3. And I had so much back then, it was kind of stupid. Nice. So far, the only video I've ever had a break on that had over 1,000 views, if memory serves, because it was only the one, was the first episode I did of a game called Fragmented. It was yet another survival game, but sadly it was abandoned by the developers, so it's never seeing the light of day again. It had so much going for it, and then they just abandoned it. But I guess there was a whole hell of a lot behind why they abandoned it, so that's never good. Alright, did I store a bunch of office chairs and totally forget about them? Am I really that big of an airhead? I did have one series going, which was, at least I thought it was fun. I was basically going around Navezgane, just dinking around. Each episode I would showcase a new POI, show where it is on the map, so that if people were to play Navezgane, they would know where these areas were and possibly reference my videos. My computer at the time had decided, oh hey, by the way, just to give you a heads up, I'm gonna blue screen now, so yeah. Oh, and I'm not warning you, I'm doing this. Bam. Blue screened, and unfortunately I lost my character. He just disappeared out of the world. It absolutely sucked. But such is life. Damn. That is awesome. I can't wait till I have some videos like that. I also have this really bad habit when I'm playing a game. I will absolutely stop playing it for just no reason and forget to go back to it. It's a bad habit that I really gotta break. Some of them were like Dead Space 1. I stopped playing for a bit and then I'm like, you know what? I really need to finish it. So I have my entire playthrough of Dead Space 1. Dead Space 2 I almost did the same thing of. Resident Evil 4 I completely spaced on finishing, but that's a, you know, that's a me thing. It's gonna be a me thing for like ever, spacing and forgetting to finish these things. But, yeah. Nice. But then again, watching anybody play a game while they're absolutely hammered would probably be hilarious. Like, I thought it was funny watching Markiplier do... It was made in RPG Maker, but it was... Wow, I have two stone shovels. I am an idiot. It was a Five Nights at Freddy's fan game called Five Nights at Fuck Boys. So it was an RPG made in RPG Maker, and it was very lewd, crude, but great. And he took a shot every time he did an episode. Yeah, the trash talking can be fun. Hell, I remember Alpha 16 for 7 Days to Die. Every time I would knock a zombie down, because the sledgehammer was so badass back then, I would go to hit them in the crotch and just yell out crotch shot every time. Especially if it was a male zombie. And then sometimes I'd comment with, hey, they always say to kill a zombie by hitting him in the head. They never say which head. Then again, I'm pretty much doing this mainly just for something to do, admittedly. I mean, I work at Walmart. I have nothing else really better to do with my time in my downtime. And I'm always gaming anyway, so I may as well just record it and have fun with it. Like, this entire episode I've actually been recording at the same time, and I'm surprised I haven't had any, like, lag issues. I mean, whoops. Hell, I'm still getting 60 frames per second, but that's only because I'm running this thing in medium graphics. And it will actually be uploaded onto YouTube as a just 7 Days to Die Twitch stream #1. Because I wanted to first test to see how Twitch would do with my internet as far as recording goes. Ow. Yeah, I have Scum as well. I have to reinstall it and play it again now that I've got a computer that won't be laggy as shit. And it was actually kind of stupid. In third person, it wasn't laggy at all for me. In first person, laggier than shit. Yeah, is your channel the same name that you have on here? Okay. So which one would you say is the one that you use the most, or do you use pretty much both of them the most? It's not that weird to me. It actually strikes me as pretty normal. There's another guy that I've got on my list. I haven't watched him in a while, though, but he was great to have on because of just how... I hate to use the word plain, but for how plain he was for how he spoke. It was, Picasperi. He would play, like, Pokemon modded games and stuff, ROM hacks and crap like that. I thought he was rather hilarious. I tried showing him to a girl I was dating, and she thought he was annoying as all shit. So if I ever wanted her to leave the room, I would just start watching him. About an hour and 15 minutes. I think I'm going to end this one off here, simply because my back is really beginning to hurt. And it sucks. The computer chair I bought can't handle my weight for leaning back. I'll lean back in it, and all of a sudden you'll just hear the cracking of the friggin' plywood, or sawdust board? I don't know what to call it. But it starts cracking underneath me. It's like, oh great, another chair that I can't use. I'm gonna probably end up using bungee cords to make it, stay up sturdy somehow and fix it. That's gonna be interesting. Still gotta think about how I'm gonna do that, too. Oh, if I could play in a hammock, I totally would. Like hell, if my computer desk was higher, I would just be standing the whole time and it probably wouldn't bother me as much. But, I'll see you next time, dude. I'm gonna cut her off here, get the video, well, converted for uploading, and then upload it for tomorrow morning, simply because. And yeah, in a couple days I'll be back on this world for something to do. I might mess around a little bit in between then, just to get some crap out of the way. But yeah, you have a good night too. It was awesome chatting with you again.